Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. OTC has nearly nothing. Exchanges are the only targets left. This coming from Chad Steingraber here on Twitter, retweeting out Marty Party's tweet. Bitcoin remaining on exchanges. Check out these balances, guys. Bitcoin is down to 546,000. BTC, Coinbase Pro down to 358,000, and Coinbase Basic down to 918. So not even 918,000, no. 918, and I think that is actually the Coin One exchange, not Coinbase Basic. So as you guys can see, these are the remaining balances of Bitcoin on exchanges, which means we are likely to see a supply shock incoming. We've been hearing pundits like Anthony Pompliano and others saying Bitcoin supply is dwindling as the institutions are buying up, based on the Bitcoin ETFs. So what does this mean for retail and Bitcoin price? Well, Bitcoin price is continuing to trudge higher. As you guys can see, we did recently make another all-time high for Bitcoin over the wee hours of the morning. And now we are seeing a Bitcoin price at about 73,674. So that was the high in the hour of 4 this morning, 4 a.m. between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And now you guys can see Bitcoin is retracing a little bit. So yesterday we were at 72,900. That was the most recent all-time high. We did dip down yesterday during the noon hour. Boom, right down here to about 68,000. And then we V-bottomed right out of that, moving back up to make a new all-time high, guys. So supply shock incoming. Traders are fired up, guys, 90% in extreme greed. So we have not moved from that 90% mark. We're seeing the market cap still getting closer and closer to $3 trillion. 24-hour volume is still up by 9.46%. And Bitcoin dominance sitting at 52.1. So Bitcoin still leading the charge. And, this just means that altcoins are, they're not catching up to Bitcoin quite yet. We are not seeing that massive rotation in profit. When Bitcoin goes, below 50%, 45, 40%, when it gets to 39, 38, that's when historically we've seen the end of the market. Altcoin profits rotating into Bitcoin. And then it's over. But what we're seeing now is altcoins really kind of moving alongside Bitcoin, which is nice because whether you're invested in an altcoin or whether you're invested in Bitcoin, it doesn't really matter. You're seeing your portfolio go up. And I don't know how many of my Patreon subscribers are out there watching the video this morning. I'm sure you guys saw the 2 new positions I got into over the last couple of days. Those positions are, so far doing quite well. We still are in some cryptocurrencies on the Patreon that are either even Steven right now, have not moved quite yet, or still actually under the price that I purchased them at way back in the spring. So for those of you guys interested to see what I'm trading, you can find me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I can't believe this guy, Michael Saylor, just came out and said it. Those who hold fiat as a store of value, we call them poor.
Because they want to sell it eventually, Michael. I mean, let's be honest. Most of the people who are, yes, sure, some people pass it on to their children, but most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit. So let me say it a different way. Okay. People that use fiat currency as a store of value, there's a name for them. We call them poor.
Of course, because it keeps decreasing in value, says King Valix here. And, he is not wrong. If you hold fiat as a store of value, I mean, most people do this because they need fiat currency to pay their bills and all that fun stuff that life throws at you. Well, fiat currency keeps decreasing in value because they keep printing it, and, that's not our fault. Anyway, Michael Saylor here getting some criticism, but also some cheering him on, saying, this is a statement that is true, and crypto community happy he shot down this interviewer. Anyway, this is what's going on right now. I cannot make this stuff up. We're seeing the crypto space move. XRP is, down a little bit as of today. Let me bring up the XRP chart for you guys. We did see a high a couple of days ago, 74 cents for an XRP. And now the price is correcting. Now, I don't think we are going to see what we saw back when we did get the lawsuit verdict, XRP going back down to 60 cents. I think this is now that next kind of level before we see the next pump to the upside. XRP right now sitting at about 69 cents, so hovering just in around that 70 cent mark. There are some crucial levels that we do have to surpass, guys, before we get up to all-time highs, and people in the XRP community are getting very excited. And, as soon as this thing does pop, we will see more people FOMOing into XRP. More people will be talking about XRP when we start to see consistent double digits here. This is the same for every coin. They have communities rallying behind them, and when price moves, people just tend to FOMO in. Even DJ Peter Vass is noticing this. We are moving up. Google searches for Ripple are up 49% in the past week, and those are worldwide numbers here. So Google searches for Ripple up 49%. Even just putting Ripple here in the search term on Google Trends, you guys can see over the past day. This is for US. Let me put it over the last 12 months. Okay, so you guys can see here in the United States, we did see a spike, a big spike during the SEC lawsuit, but still remaining relatively flat in terms of American searches. Nevertheless, worldwide searches shows a different picture. You guys can see that. So a bit of a spike up here, March 3rd to March 9th. And I'm sure if we put that on a closer time frame here, last 7 days, we did see a peak up here, March 11th. So we did see that a few days ago. Now it is petering off as price is cooling down. But this is par for the course. I think when we see consistent price pumps, things are going to look a lot different. So wanted to thank DJ Peter Vass, of course, and King Valex for posting that. Now, XRP drops, bringing this to our attention, guys. Fred Rispoli on the next steps in the Ripple versus SEC case. This is the other thing, too. We're going to see probably price move up once we do get that final verdict, the final verdict in the Ripple SEC case. So what are the next steps? He was interviewed recently by Tony Edward. Listen to this.
Let's talk about SEC versus Ripple. I believe there's a trial coming up in April. Is that correct? And what can we expect, as far as next steps?
Incorrect. There's no trial. It's just briefing. But this has taken on a little bit more of importance than a lot of people are giving it. And if you look at some of my X threads on it, I've kind of talked about it. But I always thought that SEC was going to try and re-argue the case in this remedies briefing based on everything that's happened after the fact. And what I mean by that is ODL, new contracts, all of that. And what the SEC, when we saw that discovery dispute that came out where they're like, give us your contracts, Ripple, and Ripple was like, no. I mean, Ripple was never going to win that. But what they're going to try and do is say, everything that you're doing now and will do in the future is basically a securities transaction like Judge Torres said certain ones were, which he called, quote, institutional sales. So SEC is still trying to go for the jugular as much as they can. And if Ripple was smart, and they are, so hopefully they did it well enough, they would have immediately changed all of their sales to institutions to be as best outside of what Judge Torres ruled were securities transactions. Yeah. And so Ripple is going to fight that out in the briefing over the next 2 months. The SEC's filing their damages motion end of this month or towards the end of this month. Ripple's got a month to file their opposition and then another essential month for the SEC to do their reply. Judge Torres will sit on it for 2 to 4 months and she'll make a ruling. And that'll be really important because that is going to get into ODL, new contracts, how Ripple's doing business now. We'll get a glimpse into how all that's going. I'm sure Ripple will file some things under seal. There'll be a little battle about that, but this is very important because it's going to really affect how Ripple does their business going forward.
I really wish I had this clip in yesterday afternoon's video when we were getting more information from Brad Garlinghouse. He had tweeted out a tweet possibly predicting more real-world utility in 2024. Now you couple that with Monica Long's tweet from December of 2023, looking at the crypto landscape throughout 2024. Very, very positive. And now we're getting the timeline here. Of course, the Ripple SEC lawsuit. This is a big linchpin hinging on whether we do see Ripple XRP utility in 2024 or not. If you guys didn't catch yesterday afternoon's video, I will link that up here in the top right-hand corner. But now we're getting a bit of a clearer timeline here from Fred Rispoli. So very important because that is going to get into ODL, new contracts, how Ripple is doing business, etc. This is XRP utility. This is how Ripple utilizes XRP in a real-world setting. And, before the lawsuit, they had one idea of how they were going to implement XRP for real-world utility. And now that, they've been sued by the SEC because there have not been clear crypto regulations, well, now they're in court and now they're fighting this. But they are a very smart organization and they do have good lawyers on their side. So I'm not too worried about this, but this will play into what we see coming down the pike in 2024. Anyway, wanted to thank Tony Edward, of course, Fred Rispoli, and XRP Drops for posting that. Now, guys, we've also got this from Michael Branch. Just going over the recent XRP pump. So we did see volume skyrocket 298% as XRP did pump double digits. And this is a bit of a preview, a bit of a snapshot, I think, of what we're going to see in the coming months. The trading volume of the well-known cryptocurrency XRP has soared by an astounding 298% within the last 24 hours. Of course, this was written a couple of days ago now. The surge in trading activity has brought the turnover of derivatives related to XRP on the crypto market to an impressive $8.75 billion, accompanied by a noteworthy 25.71% increase in open interest, now standing at $1 billion. So we're seeing a lot more interest in the XRP cryptocurrency. The derivative product volumes are also increasing. Such a surge in trading activity signals heightened interest and involvement of market participants in XRP, obviously, with its current capitalization standing at about $38.77 billion. The ratio of volume to capitalization stands at a significant 42.32%, underscoring the remarkable engagement and enthusiasm surrounding the asset. So, of course, with more of a price move, of course, with higher prices for XRP, we are going to see volume increase. So almost 300% in trading volume for XRP over this short period of time when we were seeing the price pump and still kind of wondering, still kind of scratching our heads why that was happening. Although I'm not complaining, I'm not going to question it too much. I'm just happy to see these prices moving to the upside, guys. Now we have matched that level that we saw back in November of 2023, that level of support almost touching that right in there. And so now it's time for higher highs. We've just been seeing slowly but surely getting up higher, just grinding to the upside. But now it's time to break 94 cents. And we're going to get there. We are going to get there very, very soon. Of course, with more utility comes more demand for XRP2. This one from MacAttack. XRP users can now use XRP on the EVM. So with regards to another application for XRP, they can now use XRP on the Ethereum virtual machine and Cosmos chains as Corium now launches as an XRPL bridge. So we just recently got some news from Reza Basha. He's the co-founder of Corium and Sologenic. He first spotlighted this functionality in a recent post on X. Bashash, I guess that's his last name, Bashash, shared a snapshot of the XRP dashboard on the official Corium Explorer, showing that the Corium network is now home to 1.2 XRP tokens. Did he mean million? Did he mean billion? I don't know. 1.2. So that is the available amount down here. And as you guys can see, Reza here watching very, very closely. Corium has been hinting at the imminent release of its comprehensive XRPL bridge since last year, amid the success of the initial bridge rollout a year ago. Recall that the team first launched a bridge between the XRP ledger and Corium network in Q4 of 2022. However, this bridge had limited capabilities, only allowing the transfer of Corium tokens from the XRP ledger to the Corium blockchain. The Crypto Basic reported last December that network participants had already bridged over 37 million Corium with this bridge in December of 2023. The Sologenic team creators of Corium announced plans to enhance the bridge's functionalities by integrating advanced interoperability features and facilitating the seamless transfer of multiple assets. So part of this, a more robust ecosystem. I remember talking about Corium back in 2021, and now the project has now come to fruition. So, again, starting to see more XRP utility through this Corium bridge on the XRP ledger, minting new coins. Of course, according to him, the bridge would facilitate interoperability with the EVM compatible network. So that would obviously too stimulate more adoption, more activity. And so this is including the Polkadot network, Avalanche, Ethereum, and BNB smart chains. This interoperability will be possible through the use of the Inter-Blockchain Communication Protocol, or the IBC. So we're seeing more adoption with regards to Corium on the horizon soon. This coming from Bob Rass, expanding support for interoperability with EVM-compatible networks, and then he names them off again. This will allow assets from those chains to flow back and forth between Corium and these blockchains seamlessly. So another check mark there for interoperability over the XRP ledger. Now allowing for interoperability between the Corium blockchain and the EVM, the Ethereum virtual machine. So some great news there. Wanted to thank MacAttack XRP for bringing that to our attention. Utility is key and part of my legacy portfolio, guys. HBAR has been performing quite well. I did get into that position at a pretty opportune time, I gotta say. Back here in December of 2022, purchased my HBAR at 4 cents and did sell a little bit for profit recently. You can find out how much and what I did with that at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. That coin is up 218% since I purchased it back in 2022. Well, guys, a double-edged sword for this cryptocurrency. Just for reference, Saudi Aramco has over $2 trillion in market cap and is ranked 4 on the largest companies by market cap list. You now have top energy companies that power the world working and building on Hedera. So check this out. Underneath Google, Apple, and NVIDIA, there is Saudi Aramco. These are some of the largest companies in the world, and they are using blockchain technology for energy. And they are using Hedera, HBAR, so Blockchain for Energy, a nonprofit consortium of premier energy companies, is thrilled to announce the launch of the B4E carbon solution, marking a significant technological leap in emissions management with the energy industry. This is the industry's first comprehensive emissions management solution, leveraging blockchain, artificial intelligence, and IoT systems, so the Internet of Things. This decentralized AIoT design approach addresses the urgent need for accurate, transparent, and verifiable emissions data. At the heart of B4E Carbon is the consortium, their proprietary digital measuring, reporting, and verification technology, which facilitates tokenizing emission-related data. So all that fun stuff in the back end. The DMRV is built on Hedera's Hashgraph, advanced distributed ledger technology, offering a secure and efficient decentralized infrastructure for data management and transparency. So there's a lot more here that they do reveal in this article. I will link this in the description of the video for you. Just wanted to demonstrate another one of those partnerships with another one of these great utility coins, HBAR, and how they're actually making a difference in the world, partnering up with one of the biggest companies on planet Earth, largest companies by market cap, again, Saudi Aramco. So I wanted to thank Nick, Crypto Crusader, there just for pointing that out. Now, back to Ripple, guys. XRP and one of their partners, Temenos, they have been in the news quite a bit over the last couple of days. Unique fintech collaboration between Panovate and Temenos brings new opportunities for banks to power up their card management capabilities. So this partnership has to do with Panovate, a card management system, and banking as a service provider. They explain how Panovate's integration with Temenos, which has seen the organizations work together to involve Temenos' L1 core adopter from the ground up, and how that has enhanced two of Temenos' key products, the Transact and Infinity, for banking clients looking to provide a rich CMS for their customers' digital banking and payment propositions. So just briefly here, Panovate, which has 150 APIs and a network of 47 fully integrated partnerships from processors to KYC providers and BIN sponsors, became part of Temenos Exchange's ecosystem in March of 2023. And Panovate's now advanced their CMS, working with Transact and Infinity in a groundbreaking and repeatable new way, as Staniforth goes on to describe. So this is Ian Staniforth, the COO of Panovate, and they're using cutting-edge technology, guys, with Temenos' L1 adapter. So more information here. I will link this again in the description of the video. Just wanted to demonstrate how we're seeing more Ripple partner news, more integrations with these companies that are running the XRP ledger in the back end, or rather implementing the technology, the blockchain DLT technology, to their customers once they do decide to go and say, look, we need a revamp of our system. So another one of those big companies, Temenos, now connecting with another company, Panovate, to improve their banking solutions. And we're seeing so much of this, guys. The XRP demand is going to be off the hook once we do see the real-world utility really kick in. And again, with liquidity comes utility. You can only have utility with liquidity because you need a cryptocurrency that is very liquid in order for it to be useful in a real-world setting. So how do we get more cheerleaders around XRP? Well, derivative products like ETFs. DJ Peter Vass posting this. XRP ETF is around the corner, says Uphold head of research. And of course, with more visibility comes bigger price impact. So what can we glean from this? XRP's recent price gain has sparked renewed optimism about the asset, with industry commenters like Martin Hisbach of the Uphold exchange seeing an ETF impacting XRP's price even more. So we did recently get it up to 74 cents, but guys, that is just the beginning. Leading crypto figures have commented on XRP's move, including Martin Hisbach, head of research at US-based crypto exchange Uphold. Hisbach attributed XRP's impressive performance to the positive developments around the asset since the regulatory clarity ruling last year. He went on to hint that an XRP investment product is just around the corner. So he posted this, just yesterday. XRP ETF around the corner. He posted, "We are finally seeing the fruits of increased development on XRP since the lawsuit was settled. An XRP ETF is around the corner too. There is life in this old girl," he said. He pointed out the XRP ecosystem has witnessed expanded development since that verdict, July 2023. And guys, we're only going to see this extend with the soon-to-be implemented AMM. That's coming March the 22nd. Others include Japan-based financial behemoth SBI, which has been a consistent Ripple supporter from the beginning since, my guess is 2017, maybe even earlier than that. So all these updates, guys, going to lead to one thing: XRP price appreciation, more liquidity for XRP, a bigger price impact, of course, more volume. Ripple will be happy. There will be more utility. Traders will be happy. You and I will see a higher price for XRP. Need I remind you of Francis Hunt's analysis from a few months ago, guys? $16 is what he is eyeing, and I was wondering how he got to $16 per coin. I'm going to play you guys this video. Watch this.
What we've actually got here is the new target. Now you can see that this could indeed be a highly momentous triggering event. And when we do 76, if we do it on balance of probabilities, that will actually make our first interim, which is at around, wait for it, 75 odd cents, 75, 73 cents. Isn't that awesome? Confluence of levels. What will you get? A little bit of pullback. Everyone who doesn't have HVF method will say he's wrong, it's reversing. But then we move up to the 90s, 92 cents as a second interim. Again, a little bit of a pullback. Maybe not so much momentum. And then if we get up here, this is where we're looking, guys. 132. Now you're going, hey, that ain't $16. You said $16. No, it's the small little domino knocking over the middle-sized domino that's now giving us a level that will give us our third high we needed for the macro setup on XRP to run $16, $17. And that'll be absolutely superb, and I think you'll enjoy it rather much.
I think you will enjoy it rather much. A $16 XRP, of course. We do need to get through some levels here. So he did, mention this 74, 73, 74, 72, whatever it was, cent level, which we are touching right now. So just touching that level there on the chart. And then, guys, from the top up here all the way to the bottom, then we will be eyeing the 0.236, which is roughly in the 90s. Okay, we did wick up past there. And actually, we did get up a little higher than that up there. So that would be the 94 cents that we saw back during the XRP verdict. So touching that level there, resistance being tested right up there, right up there. We got to break through that. He then says the next level, $1.34. Okay, so that, of course, is the next Fibonacci level. But how does he get to $16 from there? These are the smaller dominoes knocking over the bigger dominoes. And even if we just take a look at the top of the trend, we always get to around $13 and change. So how do we get to $16 per coin? Well, guys, if you remember on the Coinbase exchange, before they delisted XRP, let me just bring up Coinbase. You guys can see that in there. Coinbase XRP, that was the highest XRP traded back in 2018. But since they delisted XRP, we only get values here on the XRP chart from 2023, July 2023 until present. So we don't have that historic data, unfortunately, on the Coinbase chart. But remember, on Coinbase, it did go as high as $3.84. For those of you guys who were here, you probably remember that. For those of you guys who were not here, you just got to take my word for it. Okay, so if we were to actually bring this up to $3 and I'll call it $3.86, $3.82, give or take, somewhere in and around there. Okay, if we were to consider that all-time high, well, now take a look, guys. This brings us right up here to about $16 per coin. That is a full Fibonacci. We've seen XRP do it in the past. We've seen XRP surpass a full Fibonacci in the past. So is $16 doable? I certainly think it's a possibility, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.